MA 115 minutes based on the true story of Barry Seal, a former airline pilot who in the early 1980s became the surreptitious link between CIA arms shipments to Central America and Colombian cocaine shipments back to the United States. American-made has a buoyant, thrilling energy. Like Barry, a risk-taker who would back himself against long and risky odds, this freewheeling drama gets caught up in the moment. The difference is that the film knows how to play the aftermath. American-Made is written as a deft black comedy by Gary Spinelli, and it cozies up to America's righteous faith in itself. Barry's unfulfilled by a repetitive day job air-hopping travelers, and he can't resist when a CIA recruiter, Monty Schaefer Donald Gleason, presents him with a very fast plane and a job snapping reconnaissance photos and delivering supplies to guerrilla camps in Nicaragua and Honduras. One test flight with an open throttle and Barry is sold. We're building nations down there, declares Schaefer, which actually involves destroying Nicaragua's fledgling Marxist regime, and the contradictions are just part of wayward energy marshaled by director Doug Liman. Soon, Barry is also dropping off bribes in Panama before being summoned to Colombia, where the growing Medellin cartel needs better delivery options. A fee of $2,000 a kilo delivered makes sense to Barry, especially when the cargo size is in the hundreds of kilos. Deft black comedy Tom Cruise with Donald Gleason left in American-Made. Photo Universal. The alleged nexus of covert CIA activities and the destructive rise of crack cocaine in 1980s America has long been the subject of investigations. Undetailed reporting. The 2014 drama Kill the Messenger showed how newspaper reporter Gary Webb Jeremy Renner was forced to breaking point when he linked the two streams in a series of stories in the mid-90s. American-Made doesn't verify the link, but it winks at the coincidences and convergence. Possibly everyone knows and no one says anything, and that's fine with Barry, who's a people pleaser with unlimited ambition. In one astute touch, many of the scenes in South and Central America don't have complete subtitles because Barry never really mastered Spanish. He gets bio nods and gestures and broken English, proud of the airstrip and fleet of cargo planes the CIA give him, and flummoxed only by where to store the mountains of illicit cash he earns. Shit gets crazy from here, Barry says in one of the videotaped admissions that punctuate the plot, and of course the audience has figured that out long before him. The role makes Cruise's obsessive energy both believable and pleasurable. Barry juggles everything from his wife, Lucy Sarah Wright, to the drug enforcement agency interceptors that try to catch him with the Colombian cargo. It's the actor's best role in years. Liman and Cruise ruffled the latter's image with 2014's Edge of Tomorrow, the Groundhog Day of alien invasion action flicks, where Cruise played a cur redeemed by a bloody time loop. But here the 80s textures and sweaty, saturated colors that Liman grounds the sardonic plotting in add to the subversive tone. A Cruise swagger is entrepreneurial and shambolic under duress. Swagger Tom Cruise as pilot Barry Seal. Photo David James. In the mid-80s, Cruise also played a pilot, Top Gun's Pete Maverick Mitchell, and the contrast between a defender of American exceptionalism and Barry undercutting it couldn't be more timely. The CIA's regime change in Nicaragua is revealed as a farcical mess, but Schaefer, who is more of an ideas man than a scary spook, just moves into the next scheme, and Barry's reassured that it's all legal as long as you're working for the good guys. Before the excess gives way to hubris, there's a sequence where Barry takes Lucy to a celebration in Colombia, and it's both funny and out of control, a standoff that Liman has captured in previous films such as Swingers and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. The filmmaker has a feel for combustible energy that verges on the corrosive, and you can understand why HES never picked up a franchise assignment. Liman's pictures, like Barry, burn themselves out. What makes American-Made one of the best Hollywood studio films of the year to date, alongside Logan and War for the Planet of the Apes, is that it holds true to the ideas that define it until the very close. There's no course correction as Barry gets deeper and deeper into a mess few can understand, let alone resolve. There are only so many crash landings you can walk away from.